Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. I just wanted to give you guys some heads up and some pointers on how to pretty much get your hands on the most amount of tickets to get the most amount of capsules possible. And there's a method. And I think that a lot of people aren't used to it, and that's totally understandable. So let's go ahead and talk about just dynamics real quick. And whenever it comes down to the dynamics of the characters, it really just comes down to are you using the appropriate characters? Do you have the appropriate team? Stuff like that. Are your friends using the appropriate thing? Are you running it solo? There's just some things you got to look after, and we're just going to talk about those quick things real quick. I'll be charting up some stuff. So first things first, it's pretty possible to get like that obvious amount of tickets and stuff like that. It really just comes down to one, RNG, two, can you complete the level? If you cannot complete the level by yourself, I would suggest doing it with somebody else automatically or waiting for more people because people will show up to do it with you. Sure, they won't show up for every single run, but there's so many people wanting to do it right now that it's totally possible for you to get a bunch of people to show up. I've gotten random four-man groups multiple times. It's been pretty easy. And besides that, I did just end up doing it with a lot of friends towards the end. Now, this is the kicker. The method that you're going to be using is going to have to do with the cards after that. So let's talk about what kind of team you want to bring in first. First things first, you want to bring in a slow unit. You want to bring in like you want to bring in different versions of the stun units. The reason why you want to bring in different versions of them and not the same one that your buddy probably has, like for instance, if you both bring two Blackbeards, you're not going to get worth out of it at all because the universal cooldown is going to stop your friend's Blackbeard from also doing slowdown as the way that your first one did too. So instead, you want to bring like Killua, Rukia, Blackbeard, and then you want like a stun unit. There's a unit that does stun. I forgot who it was. If someone could remind me in the comments below. But there's stun units. There's different units. You want to bring different versions and variations of different units like that, and you want to do that because if you do that, then the universal cooldown will not be affected. You'll get way more stuns and you'll get way more out of it. The other thing is you also want to be able to do you want these CC characters to actually just work on the strongest, make sure they target the strongest, call it a day. Do not try to like do anything special. uh Let them target the strongest and don't worry about anything else. Next is your damage. If you are not doing the damage to kill at least the first two bosses and to kill like the last boss, then that's fine, because even as a solo, you could guarantee yourself 1,000 tickets. It just comes down to if you could kill those first two bosses, which is pretty easy, especially if you have defeated the entire story mode. You know some methods, or you have the appropriate characters to defeat the first two bosses. Now, the last boss is a little trickier because it has two stages. So instead, you actually want to work on getting that character. More like you want more damage there, either with more people, maybe another person, more CC, whatever you could do to make it happen, because that's how you get the bonus. So that's the only time you're going to be selecting cards. You want to select like the bad cards only if you actually know that you could defeat Cell Max with the team that you're running. And the kicker is there's three cards that you could get. One is going to be enemy HP, the other one's enemy speed, and then the last one's enemy shield. Now, what you want to grab is you actually want to grab them in build order. So, for instance, enemy shield is going to be the first one that you're going to grab no matter what. Enemy speed, you're only going to grab it one time ever. And that's only the one time if you just really need to get that little bit of extra bonus, because it is 50% extra event token bonus if you actually select that card. Now, if you do not select that card, that's up to you. Speed is a little harder to deal with than it is. I would just suggest not trying to do 2 times speed or trying to do 1.5 times speed. That's where it gets a little tricky, a little complicated past that. Try to get as many shield cards as possible, and you can walk away with 3,000 extra tickets a match. 3,000 tickets. And it varies, you know what I mean? You could get like 1,000, you could get lucky. If you just never choose HP and never start stacking speed, because sometimes you'll just get overwhelmed and then you'll lose instantly. Never do HP, do speed whenever you need to, but always do shield. That pretty much does it with that part. Now, the rest of it is really just comes down to you. Um, Like I said, you want your CC, you want your damage, but you also want to make sure that you're not wasting your tickets. This is the other thing. The ticket page is very, very tricky. So what you want to do with the ticket page is you actually want to focus on getting capsules, but always leaving yourself 10,000 tickets, just in case you get very lucky with your evolutions. Now, there are a few characters that you can get the evolutions for, and that's going to be Piccolo, Gohan, and the Gamma secret characters. I have not seen anyone get the Gammas today, but I'm thinking they're going to get them tomorrow. But as you can see, they are very expensive. It doesn't take too long to get them, but it does. It is kind of hard to get it. And freaking, with that being the case, just kind of save up a little bit. Do not waste. If you do not get lucky, then that's totally fine. Just keep going. Just be ready to, focus farm and evolution on one of those characters. Because even if you get one of these characters, you're going to be able to do even more and more on the field and helping out with other people than ever because these characters are very good. They're very broken characters, very solid, and they're going to end up helping you push for the push for Beast Gohan and stuff like that, which we are pushing for. And that includes characters like Android 18 and stuff like that because Android 18 is up there. She's actually a fantastic character for taking out bosses and stuff like that. So do not sleep on her. She actually does the work and stuff like that. For instance, her passive is actually very, very good, which is the passive to pretty much do about 25% more damage while no 30% more damage when the boss is at the last 25% of their HP, which means she's like the last line of defense, and she does damage. She actually does quite a bunch of damage. So you do need to take care of that. You do need to be careful with that. I would very much suggest you to pick her up as soon as you can. Pick up Orange Piccolo, pick up the Gammas, and then obviously Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan, there is a limited amount in the capsules, but they did say that it's only the limited amount of the capsules, not the limited amount of getting Beast Gohan. You can still get Beast Gohan by chance by completing the level, so don't worry about that at all. I know a lot of people, we thought it was limited, but they had to clarify the fact that it's not a limited time character. It is just exclusive, but it could still be gotten from the actual stage itself, which is pretty cool. So, do not be afraid to just go willy nilly on those capsules. You know what I mean? Don't wait. Like, don't be afraid to do that because once you get those characters, they're totally going to help you out in the long run. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I'll see you guys later. Take it out. Take it easy and peace.